Breaking Hollywood's calm like a thunderclap, the world just learned Danielle Spencer, the unforgettable face of the legendary 70s sitcom What's Happening, is gone at only 60. Fans everywhere are reeling. But the truth about her final years? Oh, it's not what you think. From private battles to the mark she carved into pop culture, we're peeling back the curtain on the story you never heard. Her life and sudden passing aren't just another headline, they're a gut punch to an industry that thought it knew her. Danielle Spencer wasn't merely a sitcom sweetheart. She was a cornerstone of a TV revolution that shaped an entire generation. And while millions cherish that radiant smile and her scene-stealing turn as Dee Thomas, almost nobody knows the fast-paced world of television long before she ever stepped on set. Her big break came when she landed the role of Dee Thomas on the smash hit sitcom What's Happening, a part that would cement her place in TV history. But behind those quick-witted one-liners and that sharp, sassy charm, Danielle's real life was far more complicated. Fame brought opportunities, but it also came with pressures she never publicly discussed: health battles, career setbacks, and personal tragedies that quietly shaped her journey. After What's Happening ended, she faced a whirlwind of challenges that tested her resilience. Still, her legacy grew beyond the screen, inspiring generations who saw themselves in her unapologetic authenticity. Today, as we dig deep into her story, we'll separate fact from fiction, honor her truth, and show why Danielle Spencer's voice, both on and off the set, still echoes in the hearts of fans worldwide. Television, fueling a dream that would soon become reality. Her breakthrough came in the mid-1970s when she snagged the role of Dee Thomas on ABC's smash hit, What's Happening? From 1976 to 1979, the sitcom redefined representation, showcasing an African-American family with humor, heart, and authenticity. As the quick-witted youngest daughter of the Thomas clan, Danielle stole scenes nationwide, charming viewers with her sass and smarts. Even as the baby of the cast, she stood toe-to-toe with seasoned stars like Ernest Thomas and Haywood Nelson, proving her comedic chops and screen presence were no fluke. The series became a cultural milestone, and Danielle's work didn't just make her a household name, it made her a trailblazer. Her portrayal shattered stereotypes, earning praise for its warmth and honesty, while opening doors for a new generation of African-American actresses who followed in her footsteps. But Danielle Spencer's path was far from a fairy tale. Juggling. Nationwide fame with the everyday chaos of being a teenager was no easy feat. Unlike so many child stars who burned out under the glare, she kept her personal life mostly shielded while What's Happening was on the air. Still, the weight of Hollywood's constant pressure was always lurking in the wings. When the series wrapped, Danielle chased new acting roles, landing guest spots and dabbling in fresh ventures. But nothing ever eclipsed the magic of her breakout as Dee Thomas. Through every twist, her loyal fans held her close, honoring her as a timeless icon of TV history. Yet here's where the story takes a turn. Once the cameras stopped rolling, her life became a quiet battleground. Hidden from public view, she faced deeply personal struggles that almost no one outside her inner circle knew existed, with battles that would leave a lasting imprint on her life. When What's Happening signed off in 1979, Danielle Spencer was still just a teenager, trying to make the leap from child star to adult actress, a transition that has chewed up and spit out plenty of Hollywood's brightest. The 80s and 90s saw her working steadily but under the radar, picking up acting gigs and making the occasional TV appearance. But unlike peers who chased every red carpet and paparazzi flash, Danielle stepped back from the spotlight, pouring her energy into family and personal growth. Away from the cameras, however, her journey was far from simple. Insiders say she quietly wrestled with challenges that not only shaped her career path, but also took a toll on her health, her spirit, and her ability to fully embrace the fame she once commanded: awareness programs. Still, the shadow of Dee Thomas loomed large. That fan-favorite role, while iconic, became a double-edged sword. The very thing that made Danielle Spencer a household name also boxed her into Hollywood's unforgiving typecasting trap. For countless child stars, this kind of label becomes a career prison, and Danielle was no exception. On top of those professional roadblocks, she faced private health battles that only those closest to her truly understood. While she kept the details locked away from public gossip, trusted sources confirm she grappled with chronic conditions that drained her energy and limited her ability to perform. Yet, in true Danielle fashion, she fought quietly but fiercely, channeling her voice into something bigger than fame. Later in life, she turned her focus to advocacy, championing causes she cared about, from youth mentorship to critical health awareness, leaving a mark far beyond the sitcom stage that first made her a star, hit like a gut punch to anyone who grew up watching her. This chapter of Danielle Spencer's life proved she was more than a sitcom legend. She was a force for good, pouring her energy into inspiring others and leaving an impact that reached far beyond television. Even with health battles and career hurdles, she stayed tied to the "what's happening" family, showing up for reunions and heartfelt interviews where she thanked fans for keeping the show's spirit alive. Those rare appearances revealed her trademark warmth and down-to-earth charm, the same qualities that first won over America. But then came the shockwave. Just as fans were celebrating her legacy, word spread that she had passed away suddenly at only 60. With no cause of death released, speculation flooded social media, grief spread like wildfire, and the entertainment world found itself mourning. A woman whose light had quietly guided generations, rattled the industry and crushed the hearts of loyal fans everywhere. The moment the news hit, timelines lit up with an outpouring of grief, heartfelt tributes, tearful memories, and disbelief from those who had grown up laughing with Dee Thomas on What's Happening. At first, the cause of death was a question mark, but a statement from her family confirmed what few knew. Danielle Spencer had been quietly fighting serious health challenges for years. They asked for privacy, urging the public to allow them space to grieve without the glare of headlines. Friends close to Danielle revealed that these struggles shaped much of her later life, though she almost never spoke of them. That guarded silence only deepened the sense of mystery surrounding her passing, leaving fans and media to comb through old interviews and rare public appearances for clues to the final chapter of her remarkable story. It was a cultural statement. The flood of grief came fast and fierce, pouring in from every corner of the internet. Former co-stars, Hollywood peers, and legions of fans filled Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook with tributes. Ernest Thomas, forever remembered as her on-screen big brother Raj, posted an emotional note mourning her loss and praising her kindness, humor, and undeniable talent. Memories poured out of living rooms across America, as people recalled how Dee Thomas wasn't just funny. She was a role model for young girls of the 70s, proof that smart, outspoken, and unapologetically herself could be celebrated. But Danielle's influence didn't stop at the studio lot. Fans credited her with helping normalize African-American family life on primetime TV, sparking representation conversations that still echo today. Her portrayal went beyond lines in a script. It became a mirror, a beacon, and a legacy. Deeper. Conversation was unfolding. Danielle's life and career became a touchstone in the broader push for inclusivity and representation on screen. In the days after her passing, media outlets rolled out heartfelt retrospectives, tracing her journey from child star to cultural icon, while shining a light on the brutal realities young actors often face. Her story served as both a cautionary tale and an inspiring testament, underscoring the need for mental and physical health awareness in high-pressure industries. But even through the grief, there was joy in remembering her. Fans flooded online memorials with photos, clips, and personal stories. Streaming platforms spotlighted special What's Happening episodes in her honor, while radio stations spun her favorite tracks as a loving nod to her spirit. Still, an unmistakable death. One thing is crystal clear: her legacy isn't going anywhere. An air of unanswered questions still lingers, with fans and industry voices wondering if more will surface about her private health battles. Many hope her loss sparks a much-needed conversation about how Hollywood supports, or fails to support, its former child stars and aging icons. The tragedy reignited interest in the original What's Happening cast, with chatter swirling about tributes, reunions, and even documentaries to immortalize Danielle Spencer's life and work. But here's the bittersweet truth. Even in death, Danielle's light refuses to dim. New generations are finding her, binge-watching her sharp, fearless portrayal of Dee Thomas and discovering the resilience and grit behind the smile. Hers is a story laced with hardship, yes, but also with courage, cultural influence, and a legacy that will outlive the headlines. And that's why Danielle Spencer's name will never fade from the conversation. Her passing forces us to pause and truly appreciate the legacy she leaves, not just as a talented actress, but as a living emblem of resilience, representation, and grace in a business that can chew people up and spit them out. Her turn as Dee Thomas on What's Happening was more than sitcom magic, it was a cultural landmark. At a time when African-American families were nearly invisible on network TV, the show delivered a refreshingly authentic slice of Black life in America. Dee wasn't a stereotype, she was sharp, hilarious, and full of heart. And it was Danielle's easy charisma and genuine warmth that made her unforgettable, tearing down barriers and giving countless viewers the rare joy of finally seeing themselves reflected on screen. Shape the way people remember her. Off-camera, Danielle Spencer's journey was a masterclass in perseverance. Weathering the storms of early fame, shaking off the chains of typecasting, and facing private health battles with a quiet, unshakable resolve. She may have stepped back from the blinding glare of Hollywood, but that choice to live authentically and protect her peace spoke louder than any red carpet moment. In an industry that demands constant performance, she became a living reminder of why self-care isn't optional, especially for those under relentless pressure. Her advocacy, though rarely splashed across headlines, added a powerful layer to her legacy. Through mentorship and championing causes close to her heart, Danielle proved that true success isn't about ratings or riches. It's about the lives you touch. Her dedication to empowering youth and spotlighting health awareness continues. 2. Spencer's influence will never fade quietly into history. Her journey serves as a blueprint for empathy, a reminder that behind every smiling TV character is a human being navigating pressures most of us can't imagine. It's a call to protect and uplift young talent, to champion honest representation, and to demand that diverse stories get the respect they deserve on screen. Most of all, it urges us to see past the spotlight, to honor the real person, their battles, their victories, their humanity. In the days since her passing, fans have turned grief into gratitude, flooding social media with clips, memories, and heartfelt words. Many have donated to causes she cherished, ensuring her spirit stays active in the very work she loved. Through these collective acts, Danielle Spencer continues to inspire, her legacy alive, her impact undeniable, and her story forever etched in the cultural memory she helped shape. Commitment to valuing the people behind the personas we admire. Danielle Spencer's influence isn't fading, it's evolving, reaching new audiences who fall in love with the spark she brought to What's Happening. Within Hollywood, the conversation has shifted, with whispers of documentaries, reunion specials, and tribute episodes designed to capture not just her career, but the full measure of her humanity. These projects promise to celebrate her brilliance, while pulling back the curtain on the realities of growing up under the hot lights of fame. Her story, from breakout child star to a woman of quiet strength who fought her own battles out of the public eye, is proof that every life holds layers worth exploring. And in telling it, we're reminded to lead with empathy, to reflect on the cost of the spotlight, and to recognize the enduring power of trailblazers who change the game for everyone who comes after them. It was a cultural breakthrough. We honor Danielle Spencer today. We're reminded to treasure not just the laughter she gave us, but the lessons she left behind, about resilience, authenticity, and grace under fire. Her impact reaches far beyond the tragic headline of her passing at 60. She was a trailblazer who carved out space for African-American representation in an era when the odds were stacked high against it. Her work on What's Happening, as Dee Thomas, wasn't just a performance, it was a statement. A witty, warm, and unapologetically real depiction that broke stereotypes and expanded what audiences thought was possible on television. In celebrating her life, we're not just looking back. We're carrying her legacy forward, keeping her voice, her influence, and her example alive for generations to come. To the communities that shaped you. Danielle Spencer's story is more than a nostalgic trip down sitcom memory lane. It's a masterclass in strength, grace, and purpose. What's Happening gave us an authentic slice of Black family life, but her off-screen reality was layered with challenges that tested her at every turn. From wrestling with the weight of childhood fame to quietly enduring the health battles that would ultimately claim her life, Danielle faced each trial with dignity that few ever saw. These hidden chapters pull back the curtain on the truth. Behind every familiar face is a human story filled with both triumph and struggle. Her legacy leaves us with powerful takeaways. That representation matters and shapes culture, that mental and physical well-being must be fiercely protected in high-pressure worlds, and that the greatest measure of success is using your platform to lift others higher, shape your view of television, family, or representation. Danielle Spencer's life was proof that the real measure of success isn't found in ratings or red carpets. It's in the hearts you touch and the lives you change. Through her advocacy, mentorship, and unwavering commitment to helping others, she lived a life of purpose that went far beyond personal accolades. The love pouring in from fans, co-stars, and the entertainment world shows just how deeply she resonated, not just as Dee Thomas, but as a woman of integrity, humor, and heart. Her story challenges us to dig deeper,